about sort of history and inspiration today. I'm wondering, for you, recently nominated now today for your second time for a Grammy for comedy recording, are there any comedy recordings that for you really stand out or were inspiring to you as getting your start as a comedian?
Well, I know Richard Pryor won a Grammy, and I saw it at his house, went to go visit him, and George Carlin, Bill Cosby, Cheech and Chong, and to be nominated twice. I mean, one of my biggest struggle would be to win, because it's pen to paper, and I don't have writers, and I don't do anything but what comes from my heart, and I think that's really what the Grammys are all about, is putting your heart and soul into something. And there's been some great, Chris Rock, some great recorded comedy, and to be in that category with all of it. Weird Al not so much, but it's just really an honor.
Is there any particular challenges in knowing your knowing you're recording a performance? Do you approach your performance any differently when you do that, or?
For comedy, it's really kind of like boxing. You want to go out there and you want to execute your game plan. You want to have energy. You want to move around. And for me, I don't use water. I don't use a chair. I don't use a stool. I just kind of drive it home, man. Just kind of plowing away, like a truck driver, man. Just straight ahead through all kinds of weather, through good crowds and bad crowds. Just plow away. And I think when you see it's like a journeyman fighter that's been in every situation, I think that serves me well. I don't have dancers. I don't have singers. It's just a guy telling jokes. It's very old school and very Richard Pryor.
Excuse me, I'm getting tapped. One more question. Talk about music for a minute or so. Do you remember the first recording that you bought or had in your family that you really loved as a kid?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I had some great Diana Ross. Mom Hired Up at Baby Love. I had Strawberry Alarm Clock. Dude. I mean, I had the Monkees in the late '60s. When I had all that kind of Incense and Peppermint Acorn 5. I mean, through even to the '70s. I mean, I don't want anybody to see my iPod because of what's in there. It's just a lot of, there's Arizona in there. There's Behind Closed Doors. There's Wildfire. There's some OJs. There's the Isley Brothers. There's some Elton John. There's some Eagles. I mean, there's some Steelers Wheel and Fly Like an Eagle and Styx and Supertramp. I mean, every time I listen to those songs, I think I become more Chicano, because it's really from my 70s. Well, I was a teenager in the 70s. It's just some of the greatest music came out of that time.
Thanks so much for your time.
I thought I remember any of the names.
You remembered a bunch.